Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is Cee, certified brewhead.
Oh yeah, I'm Tiffany, Liquid X Happiness. I keep forgetting that you're shooting to me now.
I never warn you.
Yeah, because you never warned me. Tiffany, Liquid X Happiness.
There we go. And welcome to episode 7 of Beer and Other Shit Podcast Link Up Series, season 10 actually.
I know, season 10.
So many numbers and
so
seasons.
many.
We're back again. Link Up series 2. I'm sorry, I keep getting that confused. And this is the first
season 10.
Season 10 of BAOS,
yeah.
series 2 of Link Up. It's going to get confusing because it's going to be
series 2, episode 2. So now we're season 10, series 2, episode 2. Jeez, we really need to
we have to.
We're gonna have to work on consolidating our.
Either way, this is a great series so far. We had our first episode with Overhop last week, so go check that out if you haven't already. That was super great. This week we're going back to Ontario, and we actually haven't had these two gentlemen on before. We've had the brewery represented, but we haven't had these two guys on, and it's much overdue. We were trying to figure out the last time we were hanging out and drinking with them here in Montreal. Nobody even knows. So, it's going to be great to catch up with the fellas and hear all about Link Up. So please welcome Dustin and Brayden from Blood Brothers Brewing in Toronto. Make some noise. There they are. Welcome, boys.
Look at that, got the whole crowd for you. Brought the whole audience out.
You know the vibes. Great to see both your faces, man. It's awesome. Thank you for taking the time to hang out, and thank you, of course, for getting involved in Link Up, man. Appreciate you both.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Genuine pleasure. Man, having you guys, you guys already know how we feel about you both in the brewery, and easily always, in our top 10 of anything that's happening in Ontario, top probably 2, 3 at worst, so very, very honored to have you guys involved. And I actually haven't, we got the beer last week, Patty sent it over, but specifically didn't try it because we wanted to try it with you guys for the first time. So this evening we'll be busting open the we do that thing where we're covering again. There we go. The Blood Brothers Link Up beer. Mate, I am pretty stoked. So please forgive us. Tiff is going to be doing, some nice photos. Tiff's going to be taking some photos. Oh, I need to take a photo of you. So we're going to
grab your shots.
You grab me this time?
Yeah.
Is going to be taking some photos as we go for the thing. You know how it goes. Got to create the content. While we are doing that, do you want to tell us about the beer? Because you guys went straight for the big boys here.
Which I love.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Great.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to make something for people to get excited about for this. Make sure it was something that would turn the heads, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And everyone's always excited about a big hoppy release.
Oof. Oh, are they ever? Particularly from you guys. Now this is an 8.5% double IPA. And it has, I read it somewhere, Cashmere, Dorado, Citra and Sabro hops. That is a combo right there, boys.
Yeah.
So tell us.
Yeah, we all picked some of our favorite hops to make sure the beer was good. Kind of the typical body we'll use for double IPA. So lots of oats, big body. Big fans of Cashmere and Sabro for like that. We find them like nice texture hops. They're always very creamy and silky on the finish. And then just round it out with some Dorado and Citra for a nice citrus punch.
Love it. And it's amazing. I'm excited. Tiff's just going to get the photos and then we're going to chuck it in our faces. But choosing a double basically for this thing, I imagine we've said it here before, but look at that, guys. Fucking hell. We don't interfere with the beer itself or the label or anything. We really want to let the breweries who are kind enough to participate in the program just do exactly what they do. So I was pretty excited to see what you guys do. Last time I was there over Christmas, I grabbed the Chug Mary Trill, which is also 8.5% IPAs. They've all been killer as always. So I was super excited to look at that.
Beautiful.
That you guys decided to come with this type of beer for this. So mate, but cheers to you both.
Cheers.
Appreciate you. Get it in ya. Ooh, super tropical. There she is.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Citrusy, as you said, exactly right. What is the What are the flavors of cashmere?
Mm-hmm.
I don't obviously.
It's supposed to have like a little lemony kick to it, but we use it for texture. I always find it to provide Sabro and Cashmere.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, Sabro's got that creamy coconut taste, but Cashmere is kind of just, as far as flavor goes, it hides underneath a bit.
Yeah.
Right. I was never really sure what the lead. This is just the beer review photo. I was never really sure what exactly Cashmere had.
I just like the name.
Main thing. Yeah,
I was just like Cashmere is a dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is killer. This is like exactly the mouth feels super silky, mate. I love it. This is
my favorite percentage.
Yeah, loving the doubles.
Much like cashmere, right? Cashmere on the tongue.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It is incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
No, I love it, boys. This is great. So then go on.
I was just gonna say it's like drinking an expensive sweater.
If we had episode names this one,
names, that would be so
we don't do
perfect.
episode names for this season. But we're gonna have to have you guys back really soon so we can. There you go. Drinking an expensive.
I'm writing that down.
Oh, sure, you write it down.
Yeah.
Justin's really good at that. By the way.
Yeah.
Are
you the namer? The like, I guess it's like naming descriptions. You don't have descriptions on the can, right? No.
No descriptors on cans.
Because that would be a fantastic description across the can.
Yeah, this is amazing. So then the actual can art itself, was there anything that that we need to hear about as far as the art? Does it, like, often we've found with, not always, but often we've found with just the labels that the breweries bring to these collaborations have these little additional bit of thought about, sometimes it means something, sometimes it doesn't. So I just thought I'd see if there's anything that you guys slid in there that has any meaning.
Yeah, this one we actually just started working with a new designer in-house. So I think how many labels are we in now with Dylan, right?
I mean, that have been released, or?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that to say, I chatted with Dylan today to go over, to make sure I got the full inspiration of the design from him.
Nice.
It's pretty on the nose as far as, all the lines linking up, to Blood Brothers in the end.
Yeah.
And as far as the artwork itself, it's a riff on like 70s inspired beer can art.
Yeah. I did notice actually, like, the style was different, so I wondered. I was like, oh, is it like for link up?
Yeah,
I noticed that when I saw it when I saw it in the fridge. I was like, oh, the label's like a different style. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I think it's cool. I love like the hand, like it's basically linking up to link up. Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I haven't stared at it properly. Yeah, I got them and just put them in the fridge, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Very
those
cool.
small things, and that's what I love about this, and I find that this, it's like not interfere. Normally if we're going to do a collab, then we'd figure all the things out together, from the artwork to the style and the recipes, but just being like, hey guys, are you down? And then just being like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
The results have been, like, honestly, like, I am so happy with all of them, and I love these little small elements that, like, it's so thoughtful, and everyone kind of approaches it differently, and I don't know, it's been a real cool part. Yeah. To see that.
And something I think you said, Dustin, was that you just like wanted to make a beer that would do well, that people love, so that it's kind of like gets it moving. And that's another thing that everybody really focused on, was just like, what's everybody gonna love? So it's not like you make this like very obscure beer that everybody's like, oh, what's this?
What's that about?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Oh, go on, please.
We'll choose other beers to fail.
Appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
We do enough experimenting that we didn't have to do it for this one.
That's hilarious, because that's really what it is. Obviously, this is the one we want to sell, and that's why we're like, look, we don't want to tell you what to do. What if we come up with something ridiculous and then you're stuck with like a palette of the stuff, the things like, nobody wants that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So I guess the first question is, what specifically? I mean, I met up with Patrick in, I want to say like August or something. We went and had a beer, and I told him all about it. I think he was mildly familiar with it anyway, and I was like, bring it to the boys and see what they reckon. And straight away he was interested, and then he spoke with you guys and he hit me up. I was like, yeah, we're all down. So that was super, super cool. But what about this type of initiative was intriguing to you guys enough to want to get involved?
Bray, do you want to? I guess.
I mean, the way that you guys pitched it was like, it just really made sense to us, even from like a business standpoint and everything, and the way that we see the industry work. It's so hard to get like experience. This gives people a chance to like get in there, see if this is something that they want to be into. Brewing is always like looked at from kind of a perspective of this magical thing. And so when people get an opportunity to kind of come in, especially somebody who's not really that familiar with it, I think it's great. Like, if you want to expound on that, Dust.
There was a few things that we really liked. The first one was the real experience it was going to provide. As well, after the placement, it's not always realistic that someone has an opening. So to have the job board, to have other breweries on board, it seemed like a realistic opportunity for someone to get placed, get experience, and eventually land a job in the industry. So from like a technical point, how it was laid out and thought of, that's what we really liked it, beyond the obvious ideas of creating a more diverse workforce and industry. It was a good program as well.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that.
So props to you guys on that, because
thank you.
There's so many times where people will approach us and we're like, okay, but where does this go after? And I feel like this is long term, and it's going to be eventually deep rooted with a lot of good breweries and that connection.
Thank you. And we wanted to be super intentional about that, especially when it came to, it's also why when we were thinking and creating Link Up, we focused on the workforce. Because we're like, that's where we're identifying the largest issue is, and everything that comes, it trickles down. So in the end, if we're able to kind of, everyone's attacking different areas or trying to, get into separate areas. So we have friends who we're really great friends with who are trying to diversify the tap rooms, for example. We have say Ren, who's trying to make sure that businesses are more open-minded about like who they're hiring or how to like manage who they're working with. And then we were just like, if we find a way to get in somewhere where it's like we're bringing more people in, they're going to bring their people in, and that will trickle down and kind of expand the industry that way. So
it's also it's creating like candidates that are very hireable after they've had experience. And it's like that was probably the biggest part about it.
Love that. Yeah, we've had some good placements, especially when it came to like tap rooms so far too, because of the Cicerone scholarship as well, which has been really cool to see. But it's been cool.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you guys after about that as well, because it actually might be a fit for some of your existing staff. We might be able to sort of help them out already with some of the stuff that we have. But I was saying to you guys off camera earlier that, your tap room is, as far as your employees is probably the most diverse tap room in Canada that I've personally ever seen, which is amazing as far as just the eclecticness of the people working there, the kitchen and the different cuisines that you're offering. And I remember when we first met, you were just building out the kitchen. That would have been 20.
Was that 2017?
No, I think it was 2018.
2018. I just look at the building permit, Dust.
Wow,
it's not closed yet.
There you go.
So that's. I mean, that are you still working on it? You mean?
No.
Okay. Because I wouldn't be surprised because
way far behind.
Out of control.
Yeah.
But I mean, from that type of thing, and I was curious as to sort of how that sort of happened. Obviously, when you guys got involved, and I think I noticed that the last probably handful of times, every Toronto trip, and obviously because of the situation of the world, we haven't been there as much as we typically were in the past. We were basically there every month before.
Yeah.
And lately it's been, a few times a year, unfortunately. But every time we've been in town, I always come by, and I've noticed that I can't pinpoint when I noticed it, but I specifically noticed it. Now, I don't know if it was a change or if it was always that way or if I've started noticing or whatever it is. But I'd just love to hear, and this is obviously more for other breweries to sort of hear about it, but how did that sort of come about for you guys to have this diverse team? Was it, or did it just happen? Was it an intentional thing, or, what was the story there?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as the tap room goes, our tap room was a lot of internal recommendations for hires.
Okay.
So the tap room was pretty organic in that sense, as to how it began to grow and build out that way. And for the rest of again, this is another reason we really liked this program. For the rest of the business, we've relied on some larger recruitment tools like, refresh my memory, Braid, what's the big one we're usually using?
Not Glassdoor, it's the other one.
Yeah.
Indeed?
Wait, not LinkedIn and not Indeed?
Yeah.
Or Indeed. Okay.
Yeah. So
I think it's all the same connection, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when it comes to like a lot of jobs that aren't so brewery specific,
Yeah.
we get a pretty well-rounded, diverse group of applicants.
Nice.
When it comes to things like more technical side of brewing, that's where we don't see a lot of diverse applicants. So this program spoke to us as well in that way, where it's like breweries will actually have a job board to post to now that will attract it'll attract a better group of applicants than what's available right now. But yeah, we've had good success using those hiring tools for certain areas, but it doesn't work for everything.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. That's the one, the large hurdle is getting that diverse pool into like the brewery specific jobs. Yeah. That's the big one, which is what we're trying to
contribute to changing.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, do you think...
I think that's going to take time.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to take time. It's going to start in tap rooms with people serving and kind of like wanting to know more and see the culture,
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, I think you're 100% right. We need to get more people at the very least into the tap room. They'll see it. They'll be intrigued by it. They'll be able to talk to the people doing it and be like, hey, how do I get back there?
Yeah.
And then it can be figured out either internally or that's something maybe where we could come in a little bit and assist in any way. And I think that's a fantastic point, man.
Yeah.
To bring people in. I was going to ask, do you guys think, because obviously, breweries are everywhere. You guys are in, GTA, but like downtown Toronto just outside, but, downtown Toronto for all intents and purposes. And do you think that your location plays into the diverse applicant pool based on, say, maybe a brewery is, in like a smaller town where the population just isn't there?
100%.
Yeah, I definitely think it does. Toronto's so multicultural. So when there's a job, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get applicants from what Toronto is, which is, a huge mix of people.
Yeah.
When it comes to more specific jobs that maybe haven't always had, a diverse group of people working in it, that's when it becomes more difficult.
Yeah.
But as far as anything from administration to design to sales, those types of jobs are attractive because they're not as I don't know. When you see brewery in front of it and you haven't had experience in it before, it can be kind of daunting, right? Or scary, or
Yeah. Something you're saying that's very interesting, I'm thinking of, example, if we're saying the taproom staff, for example, are more diverse, I wonder if there could be in-brewery programs where it's like you could be like shadow a brewer for a day. You know, like if you think about like the major corporations, you have this cross-functional training that always happens so that you can jump in if something goes wrong technically or if they need support. I wonder if that could be something interesting where it's like you pull specific style. Well, I'm not gonna say specific. You can't really just do that, but you know, introduce certain things and hope that certain people apply, and hope that like just a more diverse group applies, so that they could slowly get into it. Like that could be a target for breweries, for anyone listening too. That could be an interesting approach. If that's possible and doable. I guess that would be, right? Like saying like, hey, come in for once a week. You get to like help the brewer do some stuff.
Yeah, shadow a shift.
Yeah.
See what the brewers.
I was just gonna say, I think it's kind of funny how it works because, again, going back to the romanticism of like going from serving at the tap room to becoming a brewer, it's like such a long process. Yeah. Where we do have people that are on their way there, and we've had people on their way there. You know, they've kind of made it to that brewing process, but it's like tap room, then you know, off canning, and then like actually cleaning the canning line, and then it's like so many things where it just seems almost daunting. But it is definitely that reality that it is a long process. It's not like going to school for a few months and you've got it.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah.
No, I don't think a lot of people realize how long that step is.
Yeah.
Brayden's right. It's a journey from the from scrubbing kegs to being on that brewing platform.
Yeah. No, and that's completely fair too. It's like you have to be really invested. Yeah. So you'd have to see it and be like, I want to do this, and they're like, I will take time out and do all the scrubbing, cleaning, hours and hours and hours, putting in hours and hours to make it happen.
For people who might be listening, who might be in that position, wanting to do that, like, is there not a cheat code, but is there like, could they go to school and take a course at Niagara or something, and would that expedite the situations? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think that school helps fast track sometimes, at least getting people into the junior roles to get experience.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's completely necessary. When someone can get placement to gain that valuable experience, that speaks a lot. Like a lot of times over education, that experience is key.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of people that are doing that right now, and they're serious about what they want to learn and do, and they're putting the grind in. And I don't know, I feel like that's always kind of been brewing, is putting the grind in, and eventually one day it's you.
Yeah.
How diverse is your brewing team currently? I mean, even in comparison to the tap room, which I've seen multiple times, and it's certainly quite diverse. But the brewing team, obviously, I haven't seen it sort of firsthand.
Yes, it's not like the tap room.
Okay, that's a fair way to say
fair.
it.
That's
fair.
fair.
Okay, that's a fair way to say it.
Yeah.
There's been moments
in production. There's
virtual podcast.
There's been moments where we've had a much more diverse production staff. At the moment, it doesn't represent it doesn't represent the neighborhood we live in. At the moment.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
It'll get there though, because there obviously seems to be a genuine focus on this for you guys. It's important to you that the brewery looks like the world around it, and if it doesn't, then just keep working until it does. So I like that.
And back to the job board, when something like that's available and there is candidates available, a job board to post on where you'll be guaranteed a more diverse set of applicants coming out. That definitely help. create some diversity in the production side of the brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also thought about even like the things that people don't think about, like say like a chemist or something, for example, who may not be thinking that that's like a role that's needed. That's what we're trying to also kind of share. Like there's all these different facets that you might not be thinking about behind there.
Yep.
So like that's our hope too, that all of a sudden someone who's like a black scientist all of a sudden like comes through or something. You know, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's definitely what it is. I wanted to ask, have you guys, did you guys do Black is Beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
At all?
I don't think I
Because I
have.
don't recall.
You know, we didn't participate in Black is Beautiful. No, we didn't.
No problem.
There was
curious.
a lot of, there was other things we got involved with last year. It's always a matter of timing and what's going on at the brewery and where finances have been divulged for different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Black is Beautiful seemed more like, and this is kind of like what we learned probably from it, was not to put any restrictions, because I think that was kind of the thing around it. There were like facets to it, right? Wasn't there like it?
But it was a little unclear.
Yeah.
That's the feedback, because we didn't, obviously, we're not breweries, but
Yeah.
from the other breweries,
we drank a lot, but
we drank a lot
of it. But yeah.
But other breweries have given us feedback, because we ask everyone, just out of curiosity, just sort of, why link up and maybe not that one. But one of the feedback we got was sort of a bit of they weren't as clear with their they were restricted because it had to be the stout or blah blah blah, whereas link up it can be whatever you damn well please. And also the way that the finances work was a little muddy, and it was actually, in reality, their rules were much more casual than it read on paper.
Yeah.
Because some people saw that and go, oh, I can't do that, because apparently it was like all revenue from it said on the thing, as opposed to profits or a portion.
That was probably the toughest part.
But you know what? It wasn't the case though. That was what we learned.
Yeah, that had a bit to do with it. There were other donations and stuff that we've been involved with while that was going on as well. So,
okay,
and and seeing that it was all of the, I think it was all of the revenue.
Revenue, not even profit. Revenue, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because
that's probably pretty rough.
It's a net loss for a brewery in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
And I think
what I did like, because we met with
Marcus.
We went with Marcus, who started it, and he did say though, like in the end, it's always open to everybody all the time to do it. And then they, in the end, kind of changed it a little bit, where it wasn't just about this moment. Well, one, it's not this moment in time, but two, you don't have to donate all the revenue. I think he realized that as well. So that was like, I think, a good change, a good shift a bit.
Yeah, very
that
nice.
way.
Yeah, we were just trying to learn from that to make this more amenable to breweries, being that our partner is Sankey and Baron in Ottawa.
Yeah.
In Gatineau.
Gatineau, yeah.
Who have done it multiple times, but they, they were telling us that, we took that and we were like, all right, let's make this the simplest way for breweries to get involved, where it could make a real difference, and it's not too much of a stress, and we're also kind of flexible. We have our general parameters, but we tried to be flexible to make it as easy to get breweries involved as possible, because that's what's going to help broadcast the message out.
You mentioned also that you had like initiatives, the other stuff you were working on. So is there anything that you're like excited about, proud of, that you guys have been involved in or are about to be involved in, if you're allowed to share?
Yeah, I mean, last year we got involved, I guess involved as far as donations go, with Rainbow Railroad.
Nice.
We did donations to Black Lives Matter and Across Boundaries.
Okay, nice. So, sorry, what's Rainbow Railroad?
It's the LGBT.
Nice.
Yeah, so they help people get out of countries that are very restrictive as far as lifestyles that you can live.
Beautiful. Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's great.
And then the last one you just said?
Across Boundaries.
Okay. And what's that one?
So that's for mental health.
Nice.
Dope.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you've baked in some form of, is that just like personal things for you all? Like you baked in some like, we need to give back in some way. So like, why that? I'm curious.
I mean, what's happening around us can speak to where you feel your donations need to go, obviously.
Yeah.
As well as things become opportunities in front of you sometimes as well. And like this program, for instance,
Yeah.
it wasn't that we were searching out for something specific like this. It was kind of presented as an opportunity, and we grabbed it because we liked it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mix. It's kind of a mix of things. We're still kind of working on where we want to donate and put effort into things this year.
Mm-hmm.
Brayden and I wear a lot of hats, so
Imagine.
I was like, there's so many problems in the world. You're gonna have such a large group of options to pick from. So yeah.
Yeah, doing some research and then going and getting trains unplugged and.
And I don't know if you can talk about it. You guys are expanding or looking at expanding yet?
Yeah.
We're
Great, I'll
almost
let you
there.
talk about that. Yeah.
We're almost there. Hopefully within the next couple of months that we'll see the new location kind of
Nice.
doing some test batches, if we might say. The tap room to come in a few months. But yeah, it's been a very long road with pandemic. So
Yeah.
it's been about almost 2 years, and
Jeez.
we're going to see it come to an end very soon, and a
Yeah.
good end where
Yeah.
we're brewing beer. So,
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
2 years of
Not good-
actually having the place there for 2 years, basically waiting and paying for it?
yes.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been 2 years to look for it, and then 2 years of building it.
My
So,
God.
Jeez. Yeah.
When did we sign the lease? We signed the lease 1 month before the entire country shut down.
No.
Just flawless timing, of course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to even think that some other friends and other brewers have opened up their breweries like sooner than us. We're just kind of like, hey, what is going on? It's coming. It's coming. We promise.
And what's that
There'll be
going?
more beer.
There'll be more beer. That's what I want to hear. What is that going to do for your business? Obviously, it's going to create more jobs, more roles, more opportunities for the community. It's going to ramp up the production. Second tap room. Yeah. Talk about that.
One of the big things was just longevity for our staff because, not a lot of people know, but Brayden and I built our first place, our equipment, everything, and we're still producing at a pretty high level on equipment that we've, as home brewers designed and
Right.
put together. Yeah, so we're ready for this. There's certain brands like some flagship brands like Shumei that our demand takes like 2 full days for the guys to brew enough beer to keep up, and that's four turns a day. So
Jesus.
it's creating a better quality of work for the team. Safer, getting, it's more exciting for them. The equipment will be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Better quality control, more repeatability, just all the things. Check all the boxes off for that place.
That's amazing. Is that going to mean there's going to be? This is kind of getting out. I won't go too hard because I'm getting in my usual podcast vibe here. But is that mean there's going to be more distribution? Like, what's that going to look like for this extended capacity now? Expanded capacity, sorry.
Yeah, so definitely a couple core brands in the LCBO with some seasonals, and
Nice.
yeah, it just depends on. So definitely more distribution locally, and then we will have room for export, depending on whether people take it or not.
I think they'll take
Whoever
it.
wants us.
I think they'll take it.
I got some.
Everyone will take it.
I got some connections in Australia. If you guys haven't already shipped down there, I imagine you would have
A little bit.
Yes.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to a dude yesterday, and he's hit me up about a few breweries here to get in touch because they're loving it down. They love the Canadian stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
And they air freight it out. It's wild. It's
they air freight it and they spend a ridiculous amount of money per can.
Oh my god! When you see the I guess you've seen it, right? You see, I'm like, I mean, if I was there, I would pay it, but I'm like, oh, I'm not there, so I'm looking. I'm like, you're crazy. Like that's insane. It's
well, I can't imagine all that shipping and everything.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's got to be nuts.
And the cold, I think it's cold air freighted, so the planes are refrigerated.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
And
for us, at least their product is represented.
Yeah. I love that actually that they're doing that to like make sure.
Well, I think that contributes significantly to the end price. But, and obviously, there's a lot of taxes involved in alcohol and blah blah blah. But still, it's cool that they even bothered to do it because it doesn't seem to happen here. It's like they do that constantly.
Yeah, that's so true. Like nothing ever comes here, really.
Not maybe as much. Not in the same way.
Yeah, I guess we're already making the good beer, so it's just like.
Yeah, we're pretty.
Australia's fine. Like it's good. It's definitely getting better for sure. Yeah, but maybe it's like
This gives inspiration to all the Australian brewers. So
it does.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to go do a tour in Australia.
Hey, maybe not right now. They're a bit on the restrictive side to say it nicely. So probably not the time. But hopefully.
But they would eat it up.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend. That's a whole other convo. But I think Australia's got an amazing beer scene. Now it's been cool to watch it grow over the years.
Yeah.
And sort of turn into what it is now. And because they've grown so fast in comparison to us, because we've sort of had the time to like soak it up and get slowly. But it's like the globalization has made them go from sort of every time I went back every year, I'm like, damn, this is like significantly better than last year. Like until... we were supposed to go back in 2020, like a month after it happened. No, right when it happened.
Yeah, we're like, we're going back in March. It's perfect, and then we have some summer, enjoy life.
And then here we are.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty cool. Yeah. So it's definitely worth it for and there's a passion for the Canadian stuff, and there's an appetite for it, and there are a bunch of importers who will pay for it. So
that's cool.
It's a beautiful thing.
I feel like that was relevant because you're like, I'm going into podcasting. It's still relevant because you're expanding, which means you'll hire more.
There you go.
Which means, anyone listening, keep an eye out. That's all.
I don't know if we had any other specific questions that we wanted to touch, but I did have a thought. I was like, because you guys already have that, diverse tap room, like you said, that kind of fell into your lap to a degree, but I still imagine
there has to be something there where you're attracting brand-wise, and maybe you're not even realizing and not doing it intentionally, but I do think there are like specific breweries who maybe don't really attract a diverse base based on just the branding.
Yes.
So, like maybe you're looking and feeling in a way, and I can tell you 100%, like if I go to LCBO and I look, there are breweries where it could be like references you don't understand, or it's just like lots of white guys on cans with beers and an axe, or I don't know, like whatever. It's the things that you're just like, oh, that's like not like me. Obviously, this has like nothing to do with me. Where yours has like a dope design, and people are probably just like, oh, this looks sick, or like the brewery actually looks sick. It's a good vibe, the music's good, and then you just feel good. Kind of like other half, like they're not specifically like trying to attract a certain type of person. But it's such a good vibe that it will just bring people in. Like, that's what it is.
That's the vibe I got the last few times I went in.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like other half.
Yeah, we just hang out on the other half for like 2-3 hours because like the music's going to be good. You're just hanging out and chilling. And you just keep drinking.
Just keep crushing.
You
get trash and off you go. Yeah, just need some food. That's the one problem.
Yeah.
But you guys have the food.
Yeah.
Was there a question in that?
No, but I was thinking, like, that's probably maybe not intentional, but I think that's probably what's happening, so people feel good. So, like, the same guy who knows your marathon stuff, he likes good, like, probably is interested in stuff that looks good. So, in the end, like, I don't know, that could be small things you don't even realize.
I think you guys have one of the, if not the coolest brand in
oh my gosh,
in Ontario.
100%.
No gas, no bullshit in you, like, because we're talking to you, but it is. It's fucking amazing. Do you have advice to other breweries who, because I feel like for some, like for what we're talking about here, I feel like you're a little ahead of the game for most folks, because a lot of people are trying to get to at least where you are with that more diverse tap room, and then kind of like you guys are already well on the way to all that. So do you have any advice to other breweries who may be listening or watching, and just to be like, maybe they're feeling stuck, because there's a lot of people who have hit us up who are just friends and like, how can I diversify it? Like, there's another brewery that you guys have worked with, I believe, and who hit us up, who were trying to help them get a diverse applicant pool, and it didn't really eventuate. There just wasn't enough people.
Yeah.
So
I also think it's where they're located too.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
But I was curious if you had any
Yeah,
thoughts.
location's hard.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You've never arrived, and keep working.
I like that. I like that.
That's a good one.
Our ever since we started, our branding's been pretty faceless as well. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but Brayden and I have been pretty conscious about not making the brand about us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, those are the only conscious things we've done when we started. It was like, I don't know, the message behind the brewery was always kind of join the family, which was our culty fun way of, instead of sharing blood, just have one of our beers. And
Close enough.
There was also this mystery of who are the brothers behind this?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah, I thought it was just a brand until we met.
Yeah, originally I was like, it's not actually
real
brothers. And I was like, oh yeah, you're real people. But that's a good thing.
I don't know if any of that would have any impact on how people would feel, how inviting it would feel to come to the place or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first location was intimidating for anyone to go to. It was like in a scary alley hiding itself. So I don't know.
It was different?
I don't know.
It was different.
It wasn't this one? The Geary?
No, yeah, it was on Geary, but it was
no, that's not the first brewery.
Oh, I never went to that one. Okay.
Yeah, that was like you had to know someone and knock on the door 3 times.
like cold tea. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not as inviting. Okay, understand.
I think the day we met you guys was our first time ever in the brewery, which is kind of ridiculous. It took that long to get there.
Yeah.
And I've always seen it was super airy. It was super welcome. I think it was cold, so I don't remember what month it was, but it was warm, welcoming, spacious.
Yeah. Just cool designs. Everything just looks cool.
Plenty of places to sit and stuff.
Yeah.
Different vibes with the countertops or the single seats or the little the tables down the bottom near the bar. I know it's completely different now, and obviously there's much more elements to that. But yeah, okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. You guys have been through
and now round 3.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the final one.
Finally. No, I love it.
Yeah, we're good. We're at 46 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the time because we're trying to keep track of the time.
Proud of us.
Look, we're not too bad.
Yeah.
Because we could talk. We definitely need to do a proper regular podcast. Maybe we could time it for around the time the new brewery opens, so we can really kind of talk about that and everything that's going on there. I think that would be great.
That'd be cool.
But no, guys, I really appreciate your time with this, and once again, thank you again for real for being involved. It's a genuine honor. We're such big fans of you both and Pat and everything that you're doing there. The brand, the beers themselves are just A1.
Excellent.
Such a fantastic example of this country's products.
Really just top level. I just have to say that. Just completely flawless.
White Lies is her favorite beer of all time.
Favorite beer in the world.
Had one last night. The little White Lies.
Yeah, I had one last night.
Thank you.
Just so perfect. I love the canned versions now. That's what made me happy too from when we last went. Just flawless. So all the time I talk about it. So yeah, you guys are just killing it. So I love excellence in craft, and you guys are very much there. So
yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us be part of this and having us on the show.
Oh, it's a genuine pleasure. First, we'll definitely do this again. We'll keep in touch. So let's take the thumbnail and then we'll wrap it up and then we'll finish off just off the call there.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to hold up the can or I'm gonna hold up the can here. Pour it all the way in. What are you doing? There we go. Everybody got it? There we go. Ready? Oh, that is stunning.
Wonderful. Look at that.
Beautiful. Boys, where could everybody find Blood Brothers online?
Oh, bloodbrothersbrewing.com. And what's our Instagram handle?
Blood Brothers Brewing.
There we go.
Thank you. Blood Brothers Brewing on Instagram.
I was posting
Where
about
it's
it, I
at?
think, yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, at Blood Brothers Brewing.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Facebook?
the Facebook.
And the
Yep.
and the Facebook.
And it's Blood Brothers TO on Twitter as well.
Yeah. For all your parents
Yes,
out there,
thank
Blood
you.
Brothers
You're
on
welcome.
Facebook.
It's okay. I pay attention. And people, if you're in Ontario, you can go to the tap room and you can purchase the Link Up beer
Yeah.
while stocks last, and also via the online store as well. Bloodbrothersbrewing.ca. You can order that and direct to your home.
Look at that.
Dustin and Brayden will deliver it. Smile, shake your hand personally. I guarantee it. Boys, thank you so much. Really, really genuinely appreciate your time. Stick around when we wrap, and then we'll just, I wanted to talk to you about something quick. But everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell
Ding.
so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media everywhere at BAOS Podcast, and check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. Hit us with the 5-star rating. Spotify got the ratings now.
Oh, yeah.
That helps. Please, love you so much. We go live, or we don't go live. We drop these episodes 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Link Up. Oh, it's at Link Up Beer everywhere.
Yes.
If you are a BIPOC individual who wants to get involved in craft beer, go to linkupbeer.org. We are a registered non-profit, and we have a application form on there that will take you right to Danielle. She will chat with you and will get you involved in the program. Dustin, Brayden, boys, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll see
Thanks,
you guys
guys.
next
Bye.
time.
Cheers.
Cheers.